G'day. You may recall quite some time ago when I was doing the Gibb River Road, I did mention a couple of things went slightly wrong, and in this video I'm going to talk about how I repaired them, whether I went professional or not, and give you a couple of hints on how to do the repairs yourself. Okay, so let's go. From time to time you will need caravan things done, and if you're non-technical like me, you might need a nut or a bolt or a screw tightened up. You probably need an expert. I'm not quite that bad, but I'm not particularly great. Sometimes calling into a caravan expert, if you feel you're reasonably confident that they know what they're doing, you just got to bite the bullet, pay the price, make sure you've got some heart tablets, because sometimes it can take your breath away or all your worldly goods away. You may recall in a previous episode I was really low on water, and I had a couple of other issues like that. So I've called into a caravan expert place, and they've done their magic, fixed up the bits and bobs, and now I've doubled my water capacity. The caravan initially had two 60 water tanks, but one of the tanks was not working at all. Basically how they fixed it was, when you're pouring the water in, when 60 the first tank is filled up, the second tank coughs and splutters, and it's called an airlock, and spews all the water out. So you think, oh, it's full, turn it off. So you filled up only one tank, off you go. That's why I didn't have it. They've come up with a couple of combinations now when I can turn on taps, and it's all a little bit inconvenient, but I probably could have gone a more expensive way, but I thought I'd go the budget way. It still works great. Now fill up one, done. Fill up the other, done. I'm now carrying 120 litres of water, which will help me when I go in the off-grid camping. How you doing, team? I'm just caught between two showers, and it's just about to start again, so I'll make it real quick. While you're sitting in your comfy couch and thinking, oh, this guy, what's he up to? It's now raining. I've got a flat tyre on the caravan. I tried to get it repaired just up the road, had no choice. Now it's absolutely gone down. Have to pull off this really big beast off the caravan, swap it over, so it's not all peaches and cream. I'll get back to you shortly. This is going to be messy when it falls off. Stand clear. Now I just have to jack up the caravan and take that wheel off. What could possibly go wrong? Thunderbolts and lightning. Not particularly frightening, but a wee bit wet. Anywho, let's jack this little beast up. Now the wind's come up. Early Monderly. What a day. So I've chocked this wheel. I've double chocked this wheel, double chocked the other wheel, put the handbrake on, and I've put a base plate where I'm going to put the jack, and I'll go and do some jacking. I won't make you endure me climbing up under the van. Okay, I've jacked it up. Normally I would put car jacks underneath it, but I won't be climbing under it, and technically you've got 2 axles, so hopefully it's not going to fall off both of them. To lower the jack because it won't bite. Oh, heaven's sake. Always handy to have one of these. I call it my tool of persuasion. It's quite a heavy piece of steel, and it's an extender for when I'm trying to undo wheel nuts, because this will put on with a rattle gun. But just do be careful, don't put too much pressure when doing it up or undoing it, because you could snap nuts. Let's hope I don't do that. I'm sure you all know, when you're loosening nuts or tightening them up, you should always work there, 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 always diagonally opposite. Right, let's check it up again and see if we can get this little wheel off. If ever you get really organised, you can buy these. They're little trays, they're magnetic, and you can keep all your nuts and your bolts and everything there. Hate to take them off and then find I've lost one. Okay, all wheel nuts are off, so should have got that guy to give me a hand to lift it. Take it off fairly as delicate as possible. You don't want to shake the whole van and have the whole jack fall down. Come on, baby. Oh! Well, you mechanics out there saying, why doesn't he? I would if I knew how. Oh, where's the lever principle? Come on. Whew. Well, I tried for half an hour to get that wheel. I got the wheel off, that's fine. Putting the wheel back on, I tried half an hour, and so the rain went away and then the sun came out, beating down fairly heavy. I just couldn't get the wheel back on. I managed to get the back wheel on, using a chair and various other tools. I just could not get that on. Eventually, a couple of cars passed me, and eventually I got some out and pulled over, and made it look so easy. So I've got to tighten that up, back on the road. Woohoo! I also found the hole where the screw went into the tyre, so I can fix that. I'm just having a bit of trouble getting it out, but I can fix that at some stage. Chocks away, just had to remove them before I drove off. Now, I've been meaning to do this job for 4 months, but basically the backstory is, when I did the Grib River Road, why on earth would I do that? Off-road van, everything was fine. I did have a couple of little issues. One of the issues was almost every cupboard door fell off in the caravan. Now, it's not a major, but it was something to be aware of, and I put all the cupboards back on, but I left one deliberately to do. And the only reason I stopped doing it and didn't film on the day, because I had so much muck on my hands, I didn't want to get it over all the film equipment. So today I'm going to show you basically what I did for all the other cupboards. And a little word of warning, when you put jobs off, you've got to leave these cupboard doors or whatever it is, you're going to have to leave them lying about, and invariably what will happen is you get little scratches on it. So now I've got a series of little scratches on the cupboard door because I didn't get around to it straight away. Anywho, basically what I've done is I've got 4 screws that'll go into here and here, and then go up onto the wall. Oh yeah, they're screwing there. Now the trick is, I've also got some Sikaflex, or you can use whatever you've got. Another one, liquid nails, is not a bad option as well. And what I do, and the reason I've got all this stuff sitting around, because I don't want it to get on the bedclothes. So I'll get a bit of the Sikaflex out. Oh, here we go. And then I will rub the, not too much, just a tad. You can tell there, but there's a little tad there on the screw. Then I will it's probably a good idea to have an empty cupboard as well, because otherwise there's a good chance you're going to get this tacky stuff in on your clothes. But no, not me, Mr. Lazy. Right, so I'm going to put it up, line it up with the, I'm going to do the top screw first so it can take some of the weight. Now I'm putting that screw through there, and then I will put it through the hole that's already there from the previous hole. Lined up. Hopefully that's it. Oh, I've already got muck there. Grab the screwdriver. Now I'm going to have muck on the screwdriver. It's basically screwing, and I'm screwing a slightly longer screw into the cupboard, because if you put a short one, it might not be enough to hold. Don't do it super tight, because you may have to undo it if the cupboard itself doesn't line up. Right, one in. Dare I let it hold? I'll just, don't go anywhere. Little dab in there. Probably a bit too much, but anyway. Now I'll put it on the bottom screw, through there, into the hole that's already there. Oh, I've got so much on the glove. Not that I care about the glove, but it also might get on other stuff. And at the end of this, hopefully I'll have a solution how to get this stuff off your screwdrivers and all that. Again, reasonably loosely, not too tight in, and then close the door and see if it, now if it's all lined up, that should be a fairly straight line, but if it's not, see, I can lift that up. Closes okay. I reckon it needs to be raised up a bit. So the third screw, before I tighten that one in, I'll make certain that the whole cupboard door lifts up a touch. This is such a messy job. What I've done is I've lifted the whole cupboard a touch. Now I'm going to tighten up that top screw. Not too crazy tight, but reasonably firm. And then close it. And that lines up pretty well. Still needs to go up a touch maybe. So the next screw, I'm going to tighten up. I'm making certain the whole cupboard is being lifted up a little bit this end before I do them all crazy tight. Well, in fact, you won't do it crazy tight, because if you do, then you might strip the actual screw, and you don't want to do that. You want it to be able to take the weight. Last screw. This is such a messy job. And even with all this, even with the gloves on, I've now got to get beyond all this and get out of the caravan without touching anything, including the camera. Here we go. Sikaflex, a little dab will do it. There we go. Oh, a little other hint, probably wasn't a bad idea, a bit late now, but before, when you're putting the, so you got the screw, and then you've got the gumph, maybe put a little bit of that gumph inside the hole before you start, although there's a fair bit to go in. Now I'm going to leave that cupboard door open. I'm just worried if I start closing it and clothes fall into the goo, then that'll be a worry. So there we go with that. Such a mess. As I say, now all I've got to do is get out of this area without bumping the camera, without touching anything I can possibly do. It'd be quite a strange thing walking into the caravan, seeing that cupboard door closed, because normally it's open and exposing. So a nice little feeling of accomplishment. I seem to have the uncanny ability to be able to be working in most incredible conditions. It's about 40 degrees and I'm taking off the stone stomper because that was one of the casualties of the Gibb River. I'll show you in a minute, but pretty major. I'll give you an idea of the damage that was done. Check this out. 2 hours later, I really didn't anticipate he'd be able to do it at all. And I thought if he did it, it's Friday afternoon. I thought if he did it, probably say I'll come back on Monday or Tuesday and it'll all be done. I thought, yeah, fair enough. But he dropped everything, did the whole thing, and didn't charge me much at all. He charged me, you know, a bit, but very, very reasonable. And he did an immaculate job. So Stone Stomper lives yet again. Let's get this beast back on. It's still 40 degrees. Woo! Whew, hot work. Hello. Got the hard bit done. Did I mention with this drama, the guy who's going to fix it is deaf, so I've had to write everything down for him on the paper, my instructions, and I'm not a mechanical person, so I said, can you put a sleeve in it? And it's about yay big and it's about there to there, so whatever I get is whatever I get. He says probably going to take a couple of hours, so probably a couple $100 and oh hell, I'm so used to donating to everybody, but that is pretty cheap if he manages to do it all. Okay, that's the upholstery man who's dropped everything here in Katherine, and he's going to do it this afternoon. So I'd like to say I'm going to the pub, but probably best I don't. I might go and get a milkshake though. Well, there you have it. Just a few ideas on doing your own repairs on the caravan, and even if you go to a professional caravan repair shop, that's not always guaranteed that they will sort it out. Regarding the stone stomper, again, I've mentioned it before, I did buy it second hand. I've had it repaired and look, it's broken again. So anybody's got any comments whether I should just buy a brand new stone stomper or get, there's a few variations. You got any comments on that? I'd be pretty grateful because I'm a bit over getting that thing repaired. Now the other thing I didn't mention, it's probably a good idea to get one of these. It's a tyre puncture repair kit. Now even if you decide not to use it yourself, at least if you've got it and you're on the side of the road, you might be able to find someone generous enough to give you a hand on fixing your flat tyre. So after all, generally $50 a time, unless money is no object, it's going to be a bit consuming. So if you found the video useful, helpful and or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. If you think it's worth sharing, I'd be very grateful. Until next time, this is Paul Wheel Drive, signing off.